Privacy is dead. It really is in this digital world. I was on the phone to my bank again this week because they blocked a transaction where I was trying to buy some gold. And I had to tell them everything about it. It was so intrusive. And you know the ultimatum they gave me right at the start? If I don't tell them everything they want to know, it's a no. They will block that transaction and I won't be able to buy it. Privacy is certainly dead. But can we buy a level of privacy with gold and silver for that matter, or maybe gold backs? The answer is yes, but it does come at caveats, because if you're trying to buy gold with your bank, they might say no, like my bank tried to. So privacy is dead. Hello everybody, Backyard Bullion here. Welcome to another Precious Metal Ramble where we have a down-to-earth discussion about all things precious and shiny. Now today I want to talk about privacy. Can you buy privacy with gold and silver? Can you take that money out of the fiat system and really just be off-grid? Be your own bank is a phrase that's used a lot. Yes, and also no, because unfortunately you have to get your money out of the system first. You have to buy that gold and silver, and pretty much unless you're buying in cash from some bloke down the pub, you are likely going to be having that transaction recorded. Sometimes even that transaction is reported to the tax authority, certainly here in the UK if you buy a certain amount. Or at very least, your bank's gonna know and your bank's gonna push back on you and question, as has just happened to me indeed yesterday when I was trying to pay for a coin that I won at auction. And despite everything, of course, being above board, and it was an auction, not even just from some private individual, from a limited company with the name coins in the actual company's name, it was blocked. And I had to go through a whole old rigmarole with the bank, telling them what I was buying. Lots of really kind of intimate details about what it was, where it was, how I bought it. I'll tell you all about that in this video, but it's privacy's gone. And very succinctly, they say at the start, if you do not answer these questions, they will not let the payment go through. So they hold you over a barrel because they're petrified that they're going to be on the hook if they get it wrong or you get it wrong. And it sucks. So privacy is dead when it comes to this stuff. And unfortunately, yes, you can use beautiful things like gold backs or gold and silver as barter exchange tools, but you have to get your money into it first. And that is often a pretty tough ordeal to do from various different banking experiences I've had and many others have, and it's only going to get worse. So we're going to talk about that and much more in this video. Do stick around for the whole thing because it's quite a story to tell. I'd love to know what you think as well down in the comment section. It'd be great to hear what you've got to say. And if you have not subscribed to my channel already, please consider doing so. It would be great to see you as we reach 70,000 subscribers. So, privacy. Privacy is dead. Yes, I do genuinely think privacy is dead in this modern world. It's been that way for a while, but it's got even worse of late. We have seen some huge changes in the rules for sort of payment push scams, repayments here in the UK, which has meant that the banks take a nuclear approach on even small transactions. If it doesn't look right to their algorithm, their computer, they will pull that button and say, hey, how about no? And you then have to go and tell them everything. So my little story up front here, I bought a coin at auction. It wasn't this coin, it hadn't arrived yet, but it will hopefully come very soon. And I went to pay for it. I had the invoice from the company. It was an auction. So it wasn't even just buying something from, Joe Blogs off the internet, which is, yeah, arguably a little bit more like, yeah, okay, it's nice to have a bit of security blanket on there from your bank just to make sure it's okay. But this was a legit company, a legit invoice, legit everything, legit bank details for a business, and the bank blocked it. It's just one of those like, really? Okay, well, I guess I have to go through it then. And I rang them and went through it all. And right, the thing that got me most, this was the thing that got me most right. So at the very start, it's okay, fine, scam protection. Sure, I've been a victim of a scam myself. I understand why it's there. But they said right at the start, if you don't answer the questions, we're going to block it. You can't do it. They periodically just period, done. No, thank you. It's like, well, I guess privacy's dead because I kind of want to have to pay for this. So I talked to them all about it and told them everything. I had to tell them. They asked me loads of questions about it. It was on the phone for a good half an hour to get it pushed through. And then at the end, they were like, thanks for everything you've told us. If it turns out to be a scam, you're on your own. I'm like, that's fine, it's not a scam. I know it's not a scam, it's fine. it's just privacy was dead. Anyway, quick word from our sponsor, and then we're going to talk a little bit about how maybe we can resolve that, how we can get past those barriers of privacy. Today's video is sponsored by Mustang Energy Corp, whose ticker symbol is MECPF, and that can be found down in the description box below. I am not here to give financial advice, remember. I would encourage you to go and check them out and do your own research if interested in their operations. The Trump administration is focused on domestic energy generation. This is a wake-up call for everyone because America First is all about doubling the electrical capacity, and President Trump's pick to the head of the US Energy Department, Chris Wright, has said he sees nuclear as the way forwards. Right to the north of the American border, of course, in Saskatchewan, Canada, resides one of the most promising uranium jurisdictions, the Athabasca Basin. If Trump's administration is focusing on energy independence and nuclear energy specifically, this might prompt other countries to look at doing the same and pursue similar policies within their own borders, especially if they are blessed with such rich deposits. Canada has recently reinforced its commitment to nuclear energy, and this renewed focus encompasses policy endorsements, strategic investments, and technological advancements. In October 2024, the Canadian Nuclear Safety Commission approved an extension for the Pickering Nuclear Generating Station B units for a long-term added growth to their GDP. Canada is on track to become one of the largest uranium suppliers, with uranium output expected to rise by over 1/3. And the significance of Mustang Energy's potential lies in the location of the projects that they've got in the Athabasca Basin. Mustang Energy's projects are in close proximity to major uranium discoveries, and the uranium market is facing a severe supply shortage right now, with demand vastly outpacing production. Many uranium mines were shut down in the past decade, and new mines take years to develop. The US relies heavily on foreign uranium, which is geopolitically risky, increasing the need for domestic and allied sources like these in Canada. Mustang Energy is a pure uranium exploration company focused on Canada's Athabasca Basin, the world's most valuable uranium region, with a world of potential moving forward into an ever more nuclear energy dependent world. Now, with all that said, it's important to remind you that I'm not here to give investment advice. I would caution anyone to do their own in-depth research. If you're interested, go and check out their link in the description box below and see their corporate presentation. Once again, thank you to Mustang Energy Corp for sponsoring today's video, and now back on with our main topic. So, privacy is dead, and a lot of people think that one of the solutions to that is to have things like these gold backs, take money out of the system. So when you're going and you're buying things, it's a lot more of a traditional, money in hand, actual money, not just fiat currency that you've taken out your bank. If you've got these barter exchange tools like these incredible Florida gold backs, then yeah, in some instances you can maintain that privacy. You can buy that privacy with these incredible pieces. And it doesn't have to be gold backs. It can be just with coins, with normal circulation coins. Fiat currency as well can have an element of privacy, but unfortunately that's getting more and more difficult. In society, cash now is viewed as this automatic kind of fraud symbol or money laundering symbol. If you've got a big cash business, banks don't want anything to do with it now. I've heard many stories of small businesses that would take lots of cash be completely shut down by their banks. I've seen it a lot for some bullion businesses in the US. Banks just going, how about no more cash for you? Thank you very much. We don't want anything to do with it, because they view it as this anti-privacy thing. The banks want you to use their made-up numbers on a screen. So we can maybe look to utilize other tools to maintain that privacy as individuals. And I try and do that as best I can with real cash, but the world isn't ready for things like gold backs. Now, these are absolutely stunning, and I'm not trying to be negative towards the gold backs. I do think they're great, and they have a great collector value, and they have, of course, a sort of pegged value against what the exchange rate is of a gold back as well. But they are not practical in the wider world. They have got some use in various different states in the US, and I think I've got a Utah gold back here as well as the Florida ones, the new ones that have come out for Florida. But they're not that practical in the world of things. I would argue these are probably more practical than, say, coins would be, because they're obviously in kind of a banknote state. You can take them around with you and use them a little bit more practically than lugging around a bunch of silver. And they, of course, have their fractional nature to them, with a single gold back, I think, being approximately $5. I didn't look at the exchange rate this morning. So, looking at a sort of a $5 note, basically. And over here, we've got half gold backs as well. So you can really get that fractional level going and use that for sure. But it's not all that practical. And unfortunately as well, this is the thing that really sort of says to me that privacy is truly dead and buried in this world. If you're, for example, a business or a trader or somebody that's being paid in this stuff, you need to account for it. If you're going to not, it's like taking cash in a business and you don't put the cash in the bank, or you just don't put it on your bookkeeping. And let's be quite frank, that happens all the time from a lot of different people and businesses, and there's not a huge amount that HMRC can do about it. But when they do find out about it, if they do find out about it, it's a big deal, and it can be a huge one. So there is an element there of, you've got like this ability to take payments in this kind of stuff, but realistically, it's still going to end up with a bit of a lack of privacy. And you're going to have a big boatload of money sat maybe in your drawer, and you can use that to buy your groceries. In fact, there's a very very interesting kind of quote and simile that is that the right word? Simile that I saw on the Ozarks. Fantastic show if you've never watched it, all about money laundering. And I think there was like the first episode or second episode maybe, the lead character had a bag of money, like $1 million or $5 million worth of money, something like that. And it was nicked. It was stolen from his hotel room. And the people who stole it were questioning what to do with it. They didn't know what to do with it. And he then tracked them down and came along and said, well, look, you've got a lifetime of gas and groceries. That's all you can do. Because if you put it in the bank, they'll know. The privacy will be dead. They will say, well, where did you get the money from? And I've heard that and had that experience by myself as well, where my banks have asked me to prove my wealth. Where did I get my money from? I mean, it's just intrusion. It's just horrible, and I don't like it, but you have to work with that system, because unfortunately that's the system that we live in, and it is one of those things that we just can't get away from right now. So I'm afraid the answer to can you buy privacy with gold and silver, the answer is going to be, I think, kind of no. You can buy elements of privacy, but you can't go off grid using gold and silver. You can certainly help yourself a little bit, but getting that money to buy the gold and silver in the first place is difficult. Cutting off grid now in this world is almost impossible. Every transaction is going to be recorded. And if you take a boatload of cash out of your bank and then, they question you on that, or if you do get it, great, and then you go and buy a bunch of cash for, cash for goods kind of things, you could be a little bit off grid, but what are you going to do when you sell it? Like, how are you going to sell it? Are you going to take cash again? You're going to have to put that cash in the bank, pay a bill, questions will be asked. Yeah. It's difficult, isn't it? You can just admire the beauty of these incredible gold backs, though. They are very, very nice. I really do like them. And they are very pretty indeed. The Florida ones are stunning. Look at this 50 one. When I was in Berlin, I met the incredible people at the gold back stand. They were great. I bought a bunch of these. They did actually gift me I think it was the 5, or maybe it was the 10. They gifted me the 10, the 5, the 2, the 1, and the 2 halves. It's very generous of them, but I decided to buy the 25 and the 50 because they were just a thing of beauty, and there's something quite cool about having that there. I was going to buy the 100, but I didn't have enough cash on me. I'd already committed to buy something else with the cash that I had. So here we go. Here's a prime example. So buying it in cash there. The World Money Fair was all around cash and that privacy. So there's definitely elements of privacy that you can have. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, it's a bit of a difficult one. So anyway, there we go. That is the beauty of gold backs arrayed out here on the table, and a little discussion on privacy. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. It'd be great to hear what you've got to say. And if we need something for the Cool Kids Club, don't we? I don't think I've got a serial number anywhere here. No, we don't have one on that little bar. Okay, so Cool Kids Club, you're going to have to add up. You're going to do some maths for me now. Add up how many gold backs I've got out on the table. If you get that answer right down in the comment section, then I will know that you are super extra special cool. And for those that listen to our videos like a bit of a podcast, I will help you. We have a 50, a 25, a 10, a 5, a 2, a 1, and 2 halves. So you add that up, put it in the comment section, and I will know that you are very cool indeed. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you on the next video. As always, please make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe for more.